Hello everyone, welcome to my 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI Autobahn 380 package. Especially this is a special edition for the last model year of the manual. I was like, hey, this is a great opportunity. Why not get it? Today I'm just going to be doing a very simple run. I really want a smoothie, so thought might as well get a smoothie. I can, and get a little video of it. I've been wanting to test out this Osmo Action 5 for a bit now, so I thought, why not go and try it? I have had this car since I want to say November, and it has been a good experience so far. I thought, hey, might as well do a test. Let's see what this sounds on startup. I'd say that sounds pretty good. You will see a warning pop up on the dash. I do need to change my washer fluid. I'm not the best when it comes to that. I will get on that. But yeah, today, just gonna do sounds really good on the low end. Let's get my seat adjusted and ready to go. Today's a very hot day. So I thought, yeah, it's good. Rochester's normally pretty cold, so I thought this would be a good chance to get some fun. On the gauge cluster up here, you actually do have a few different options you can choose from. This is like your normal daily driver here, mapping, road assistance, just simpler one, and then here's the sport one. I like to keep it in here. I also like to keep it in custom mode. I tend to have the steering comfort, drivetrain sport, engine sound sport, and everything else kind of in comfort. And especially the suspension. Suspension in this can be a little harsh in sport, so I tend to keep it on comfort, and that tends to do pretty damn well. I guess let's just start going. I only have about 2,300 miles on this thing so far. But yeah, let's get going to Tropical Smoothie. There is one right here, but I'm going to get to one that's a little bit further away so I can get more of a drive out of it, because why not? Okay, yeah, wow, this thing's already almost warmed up. That's crazy and cold. This thing takes like 20 minutes. Backup camera here does pop out of the back. You don't have a 360 view, but you do have sensors all around the car. So it's normally pretty useful when it comes to that. Let's get going. So many potholes around here. I know it's telling me to make a left here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go make a right. It's a better option. I am on campus right now, so yeah, it's been a little boring at first, but yeah. Nice little thing about this car. In sport mode, or if you had the engine sound set to sport, sadly there's no way to adjust the exhaust outside of the engine sound on this, because the engine sound is piped in, but the exhaust isn't. I wish you could just disable the inbuilt sound and have the exhaust going, but yeah, whatever. Like, deal with what you can. Yeah. It's pretty smooth. This thing drives pretty well, given what it is. It's a pretty nice day. I'm gonna crack the top here. Should be a way to do that without opening up the entire top. It's a little interesting. Well, that just opened up the entire top. Whatever, that's fine. Pretty nice sunroof up there. Nice part about this turbocharged engine is it has power pretty much everywhere, which really surprised me. Normally with these 2-liter turbocharged cars, you tend to have a good amount of power, but not like something crazy. This thing has power everywhere in its rev range. Once you get above about like 2,000, which is like almost immediately anyway. All right. Oh, little note here, you may notice my CarPlay shut off. The CarPlay in this thing is really bad. I don't know if it's just my radio or if it's all of them, but the connection is horrible on it all the time. I don't know why. I don't know if I need a new radio or something, but yeah, the constant disconnections are not great. But besides that, it's been doing me pretty well. The inside, you may notice a lot of plastics and a lot of piano black. Two things that are okay, but not great, especially when in the top trim of this car, just what I have, it's 40 grand. I would have expected either more leathers or like something besides just this plain plastic hexagonal design. But it's fine. You can wrap it if you want. The LED lighting is pretty much all across this car, so it does shine on it, which looks cool. But like during the day, it's a little, it's fine. But besides that, I mean, it's great. You have leather on the steering wheel, you have perforated leather right where your hands go, which is great. This car, if you get the leather seats, has cooling and heated seats, which both are very effective, actually. Like, surprisingly effective. There we go. Yeah, besides that, this thing's actually really nice. Nice thing of this is cleaning it is quite easy. Just keep a microfiber cloth with you at all times. That tends to be enough. This thing can handle bumps like with a champ, which is awesome. As long as you keep it in like the smoother suspension, it's a little more compliant. It's still a sport suspension, without a doubt. There's no getting rid of that. This car is sport tuned, but you can at least make it a little bit more enjoyable for the highway. Let's see if I can fall back a little bit. Okay, I gotta watch out here. Red light. Am I good? Oh, so one of those cars is smoking. That's not very good. Up here, there are train tracks I gotta be a little bit careful of. Normally I say, oh, modern cars can handle train tracks fine. In this car, well, I should say these train tracks, there's wood that goes like in between the tracks. They do not keep up the maintenance on those, and it's kind of just missing. So you do have to like almost stop on this unless you want to like damage your wheels. In this case, these are low profile tires and wheels, so large wheels go with it. So you gotta be really careful like that. Has a good pick-me-up. The engine's actually not bad. Again, the piped-in sound isn't the best, but it's not bad, because if you turn it off, or you can't actually turn it off, but if you put the engine sound in the eco, you do wish for a little bit more. I wish they would have put like an actual pipe with like a valve on it going into the cabin with a filter, I guess. That would have been really nice. I don't know if cars can do that, but if they can, that'd be great. When you get into this price range, you're looking at more of a quality and comfort and convenience, versus that old car is all about performance, so not as comfortable, not as everything else. So I definitely understand why they want to make this a quieter cabin. It's also been like 20 years, which is, you know, that's on to it as well. Cruising on this, I know I'm not actually on the highway yet, but just cruising in general is pretty nice. It's comfortable, it works well, again, a little stiff, but overall it's okay. The steering is actually amazing in this car. It doesn't feel simulated. One of the complaints I have when I was buying a car recently, I was also looking at the Acura Integra A-Spec Tech, because I really wanted to have a manual. And in that car, the steering just felt simulated. It didn't feel like my hands were really connected to the wheels. Versus in this, there's a lot more feeling coming through it, which is nice. Comfort and sport, same thing on both cars. It just, you feel way more connected to what you're actually doing in these, which is a nice bonus. I will note, though, that other car did have more comfortable seats. It was more comfortable. The sound system was significantly better. It had a lot of nice things. I will note, though, if you do put this in the engine sound in the Sport, when you let off the gas, it, like, abruptly has, like, it's not braking. It's what makes the exhaust sound. But if you turn that off, the valved exhaust... Ooh, nice bike. If you turn off the valved exhaust, it is smoother to drive, which I found very interesting. But also, I haven't had a car for valved exhaust before, which makes pops and bangs. So, I don't know. Maybe this is standard in all cars like that, where you have like that abrupt change. Let's see if I get... Yep, okay, I got an opening. Let's get a little pull here. Yeah, this thing's pretty fast. I think it has a 0 to 60 of a little under 6 seconds. Maybe it's like 5.5, 5.4. I don't know. It always seems to change. In winter, you cannot get traction in this thing at all on the front tires. But in summer, or I don't know, I guess 60-degree weather in this case, it is a lot nicer. Even in fourth gear, a lot of power, which is awesome. Let's get the cruising here, so let's throw this into fifth. Sixth gear, going about 60 miles an hour right now, a little over 2,000 RPM. I'd say that's really good. That's quite efficient. Yeah, also, might as well, let's get a taste of the active assist systems in this car. So down here on the steering wheel, your left side's dedicated to these active assist systems. If you turn cruise control on, then you tap the little button down here that has the cruise control and the lane button. That turns on travel assist. Travel assist is the same thing that a lot of other cars do. It just keeps you between lanes, active cruise control, all that fun stuff. So yeah, let's just try this out. Let's set it to... Let's just do the speed I'm doing right now. Set to 60. It's not a hands-off experience. I will say it does make mistakes. It's not perfect. But instead of you having to like force the wheel left and right to check if your hands are on there, like I had an old Model 3, used to do that. This one, you actually has, I don't know if it's heat or pressure sensors. I'm assuming it's pressure sensors. You can just rest your hand on the bottom left and it just knows. It's pretty good. It doesn't have any of those smart features where it'll change lanes for you, but it'll do pretty much about everything else. I find it to be very good at what it does. The thing I love is the active systems in here persist through gear shifts. So when you've changed first, second, it even gives you suggestions about what gear to actually be in, and it'll do from nothing. So if you're stopped and then traffic starts moving in, all you gotta do is put the car back in gear and it'll just start going. So there's no limits on the speed. Well, maybe on the high end there is, but on the low end, you can use start-stop traffic in a manual. That is awesome in my opinion. You don't often see that. Yeah, on the highway, it's not the quietest car in the world. To be fair, I am running summer tires on this, so, you know, sound's going to be a little bit higher. These aren't the quietest summer tires in the world. Cannot recall what they are off the top of my head, but I can look when I get out. Yeah, they're fine. Given this car, given what it is, the sound level is acceptable. Just don't expect to have... You can have conversations in this car, without a doubt, but it's not quiet. But remember, this is a car that starts at a little over 30 grand. I think the base trim, the S, is like 32, 33. I know with markups and stuff right now, it's looking at like 35, but for essentially what you get, it's amazing. It's good because you get all the fun stuff in it as well. I should probably do an audio test, actually. I know this is a pretty popular song. Yeah, this one. Let's do this. So I do have this set. This is a Harman Kardon sound system, and I do have it. Let's speed up a little bit. This is a Harman Kardon sound system, which I do have it set to the surround sound mode, and I keep the sound profile in pure because I just want what's directly coming out of my phone. I will note I'm using wireless CarPlay, so the quality may not be as good as wired CarPlay here. Should still be fine. But yeah, let's turn up the volume a little bit and let's play this. So there's a good amount of bass. It's not a lot, but I also don't have the bass turned up. But in standard, the highs are pretty nice. The mids are great, actually, in this car. And yeah, it has bass if you want it to. I didn't realize, I don't know if you guys can see the heads-up display up there, but yeah. So that was the warning that it gives. Let me turn this down. So a really cool thing that this car can do, actually, is, I don't think, am I taking the exit here? I am taking the exit here. A really cool thing that this car can do is, if you keep your hands off of the wheel for too long, and I have tested this to double check that this isn't a thing, it will actually, if your hands are for too long and the alarms somehow don't wake you up, it will actually slam on the brakes for a good second to jolt you awake. I've never seen another car do that, and then it's really cool. I don't recommend doing it all the time, but you know, it's nice to know that the safety feature is there if you need it. I think we're getting off here. Yep. Left a little bit, so let's get over. Yeah, the sound system's quite nice. The surround sound also in this is really nice. The balancing's great. Also, a little detail a lot of people may not notice. The little triangle up here, they actually put glass there. They didn't just block it out like a lot of other companies do. It's a small detail, but that little bit of extra visibility is very nice. Let's wait for these nice people to go through. Hope I can get some parking in here. Looks like I should be able to. Also, a little thing. The turn signals, they're not on the screen. They're actually on. There's a panel on both sides of the screen here that's not a part of it, which actually has all the signals and warnings, which is awesome. Let's see. Maybe I can get lucky here. Come on, come on. Get lucky? Nope, does not look like I'll be getting lucky. These nice people through. Yeah, it looks like parking I'm not going to be able to get. I mean, I could wait, but, you know, probably better if I park a little bit further away. Do a little back in right here. That's probably good enough. So, rear camera pops out. Oh, actually, no, let's try the auto park. Why not? So, the nice part about the Autobahn trim is it does have an auto park feature. I don't know where it's trying to park me right now. Okay, you know what? Let's not actually do that. It does not seem to know where it actually wants me to park. I think it saw a spot really far back, and I don't want to go there. I'm going to go right here. The auto park is actually amazing in this car. It just, you know, not a lot of options for actual places to go. The rear sensors are quite sensitive, which is awesome. There we go. Little tropical smoothie over there. I'm going to go and grab a smoothie, and I will be right back. Cool thing I want to do is record this. This car actually has keyless entry. You can walk up, car unlocks, mirrors go out, get in. Oh, good to go. Sure love getting my smoothies. I'm gonna put the food on the floor here. Awesome. Cool thing is the cup holders in this car. You have two cup holders. You got one here, this one. She has a little pop out, and look at that. Only downside, though, is if you like this armrest, you kind of can't shift. Well, I'll show that more later, but yeah. Seatbelt on. Good old sit for my smoothie. Car's already warmed up. Good to go. Thing is, you actually don't have to turn on and off the parking brake. It will do that automatically if you leave the car, or when you get in and start moving, but it is a little abrupt, so I like to just do it anyway. It just helps a little bit, a little more comfortable. Alright, let's get going. I believe this way is okay. Oh, another Golf over there. It's got to be like, what, Mark 6? Maybe? Mark 7? I don't know. I'm not the best at telling the years apart. I'm gonna guess a Mark 6 though. Okay. I need to get up the speed, so let's test a little bit of its power from a stop. Okay, so there you go. See how I'm not moving right now and I just stalled? This car has a hill assist, but you can't turn it off. And it doesn't tell you if it's on. Yeah, so let me get this straight. You cannot turn it off. It does not tell you if it is on. And it holds for time period. Not actually when you're trying to move, like I was trying to do right there, and I just stalled. It will hold you there for a certain amount of seconds, judging by the hill angle. Except again, there's nothing on the screen that tells you it's on or when it's going to release. So in that case, I just tried the move and I just stalled. Great job, Volkswagen. But besides that, pretty good. Actually, like, going from a stop is actually really easy in this car. It's just that one, the hill assist is god awful. I might reprogram the car just to turn that off. It's crazy how many times that'll get you. And then sometimes, I've been in cases where it'll hold me there, and I'll just have people start honking at me. Because I can't move. The car will not physically let you move. Oh, another Golf right there. Look at that. Huh. Day of the Golfs, I guess. But yeah, it won't let you move. You can't control it. It's not based on the clutch. It's not based on the gas. I tried it. I actually asked the Volkswagen dealer themselves. They don't know why they did it that way. Because again, Honda Group, they don't do it like that. Pretty much every other manual I've driven doesn't do it like that either. Corvette I had, or drove, I guess, drove for a few days. Didn't have that either. All of the automatics I've driven don't do that either. Though I do get that, but, like, come on, Volkswagen, really? Oh, look at that. That's a Hummer right there. Don't see many of those. Let's get moving. Actually, let's test this thing's handling. If you're a little bit of wind noise, that is me. I do have the top open right now, though I can close it. And look at that. Really quiet. Let's get in the 6th gear here. You might notice my arm is stretching on a really weird angle. Again, if you have a tall drink in here, you can't shift properly. Little ergonomic thing I've noticed, and turns out previous Golfs, this has been a thing as well, at least from what I hear. I haven't actually been inside of a previous gen Golf. Again, little, as Doug DeMuro would say, little quirks and features. Besides that, though, this thing is amazing. Again, pretty quiet. You might notice, oh, that's a lot of engine noise right now. I want to be a little bit calmer. Look at that, a little mode button down here. Put eco mode, almost all the engine noise disappears. It's great. Still there. This is still a loud engine because of the piped-in engine sound, which I will be turning off. But it's pretty nice on the highway. It's pretty smooth. It works really well. I mean, I'm happy with it. So I'm pretty critical when it comes to cars, and this thing has its list of faults. Don't get me wrong. But if you're cruising or you're just trying to have fun, this is one of the best cars I've seen for the price. Would I recommend people buying the Autobahn trim, especially if they're going with the 380? If you are going with the manual GTI, do not, I'm going to say this wrong. If you're going with the manual GTI, specifically the 2024 380 package, you do not need the Autobahn at all. The heads-up display is nice. I never look at it. Auto Park, cool feature. Don't use it. Don't use it often, though actually sometimes I will admit in the city it is nice because the turning radius on the car is not the best, so sometimes I'm not used to judging. I'm used to driving a smaller car, which is a better turning radius. So I'm not always the best at judging this thing yet. So the Auto Park is nice, but without a doubt it is not a feature that would sell me on this. I think the perfect trim for this car is the 380 SE. And I only say that because you can option in the leather if you want it. You get the sunroof, you get keyless entry, you get pretty much everything the Autobahn has for a lot less money. So I believe the SE is the best trim. I only got the Autobahn because I was given the option to with barely any increase in price. So I went with it. But normally, I would have went with the SE. The S is also amazing because, again, in the 380 package, you get the adaptive suspension, you get all the cool driving bits, you get all that in the base model. And again, you can option in leather seats. You can option in a bunch of things. You just don't get a sunroof and you don't get a few other things. I really like sunroofs, so I was going to option that in anyway. But I will say, if you're looking to get this car, if you can get a really good deal on a 380 SE, or actually, honestly, even the S, even the base model, I would go for it because it comes with all of the best stuff from the Autobahn trim. So why not? I will say though, I don't know how people say about the sound system. I like the sound system, but I hear a lot of people say that it's okay. I would get the SE just to get the upgraded sound system. But if you're not someone that cares about that much, or you're planning on swapping that anyway, go for the S. You get the adaptive suspension, you get all the driving dynamics of the bigger, well, I shouldn't say bigger or better, honestly, it's preference here. Let me go in front of this guy in a moment. So you know what? Let's see what the passing power is like. Let's just say, 4th gear. Just want to get over, oh no, the person on the right is going faster than me, I should get with them. Watch this, ready? Floor it. Right there, up to speed. It is crazy how powerful this thing is. I believe it's 242 horsepower. I don't think that's right. I believe this thing is a lot more personally. I would say personally, I believe this is at least 260. But whatever, they say it's 240, whatever. But it's the torque. 270 something, I think it's 76 pound-feet of torque is insane for this car. You feel it everywhere. It's great. This thing has torque in the low end. On the top end, kind of. I mean, again, you've already reached the peak torque, so not much difference, but yeah. God, tropical smoothies, sunrise, sunset is absolutely amazing, and I recommend everyone get it. I'm not sponsored by them. Just get it. It's really good. I'm getting off here, so I'm going to put this thing back in the custom mode, because I like the good old engine sounds. Also in eco mode, it does really tune down your pedal response, though the throttle mapping is really good still. If you need power, it gives it to you. So it isn't, ooh, I get this thing alone. 2nd gear, let's do this. Oh, little pops on the suspension. There we go. Making a right turn here, so... Nope. Look at that. And floor it. I will say 2nd gear does top out kind of high. I think it tops out around 70 miles an hour, 72. Very similar to actually my Porsche Boxster, which I found very interesting. I don't know what Germans like with long gearing, but do wish the gearing was a bit shorter. You get a little more shifting out of it. Do I care though? Not really. It's just a little convenience thing, because I drove a Miata for a few days, a ND1, I want to say. Love the gearbox. That car, you felt like you were going fast when you were just going 40 miles an hour. To feel like you're going fast in this thing, you gotta push it to around 60. This car has a lot of pull, don't get me wrong. You feel the acceleration, but it doesn't feel like you're going fast. God, it's just so quiet and composed when you want it to be. Again, road noise, I can't tell. I want to say it's road noise. I don't think it's tire noise. It's fine. Wind noise, I will say though, nothing. You don't even hear it. If you're in a Hummer, like the new Hummer EV, for example, I do have one of those, you hear a lot of wind noise, and it feels like you're driving a brick. But this, you just don't hear anything. It's great. Let's get some music back on. Watch for the railroad again here. Actually, does this one not have the problem? It doesn't. Huh. That's nice. God, I love the acceleration on this thing. In summer, you can actually put the power down, or, again, 60-degree weather. 40, not really. But to be fair, you're not really supposed to be using summer tires in 40-degree weather, so, you know, that's my own bad. Oh, you can hear some of those pops. Let me actually open up the roof again. Actually, yeah, let's just open it up. It's nice weather out. Let's crack some windows. Nice part, this thing has full auto up and auto down windows on every corner, which is really nice, actually.